My name is Kay and I'm here to teach you how to crochet. Welcome to Kay Crochets! On today's episode of Kay Crochets, we're going to learn how to crochet this headband and this smaller one as well. It's a perfect project for a beginner or anybody of any skill. For a beginner, it might take closer to an hour, but for somebody a little bit more advanced, you can definitely get it done in 15 to 20 minutes. Well, let's get started. For this project, you're going to need a 10mm hook, and you can use a size 4, 5, or 6 yarn. This one is made with double strand, size 4. This one is made with size 5, and this one is made with size 6. They all look very similar, so really any size yarn that you want to use would work just fine. But remember, if you're using a size 4 yarn, you're going to want to double strand it. Alright, so now to the fun part, we're going to get crocheting. Alright, so first we're going to start with a slip knot, and go ahead and put that on your hook. I'm going to scoot you guys in a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so now that I have you guys in this angle and you can see what I'm doing, we're going to start with a chain 7. So to chain, you're just going to yarn over and pull it through the loop. Yarn over and pull it through the loop. Yarn over and pull it through the loop. And then these are going to be for this size. If you want to make the larger size, go ahead and chain 11, and we are going to do the exact same thing for both. After your chain 7, go ahead and half double crochet in the second chain from the hook all the way down, where you should have a total of 6 half double crochets. I am doing my half double crochets in the back bumps of the chain because I feel like it gives it a cleaner finish at the end. Personally, for me, it makes it a lot easier to connect the two ends together. Now that we have 6 half double crochets, we're going to go ahead and chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to half double crochet in the back loops only, continuing on for the next 24 rows. So we're just going to half double crochet in the back loops. So I'm not going to be picking up both loops anymore. I'm just going in and picking up this back loop right here. So the reason we're doing it in the back loops only is to give it that ridged effect. If we do it regular, it's just going to look flat. So I do it in the back loops to give me that ridged effect. The weight 6 yarn will also be a lot warmer than the others. If you're planning on using it in the snow, I would definitely recommend the weight 6 yarn. However, if you live in a warm climate like I do, where the weather only gets about 60 during the winter, the weight 6 might be a little too warm for you, so maybe fall back for a weight 5. You may also have to add or subtract a row depending on your weight of yarn. I will meet you back here after I finish my 24 rows or until it fits fully around my head. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little hungry, so I'm gonna heat up a chicken bake really quick. I'll be right back. Alright, chicken bake is in the oven, now time to get back to this. So since this is my first YouTube video, I figured I would do a little get to know me type of deal, and just kind of introduce you guys to myself. My name is Kay, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. I run a small little crochet business called Kay Crochets. I do little local markets like around my area to help just have a little side business since I'm a stay-at-home mom. So it helps me just have a little extra cash on the side. I also am super into gardening. I live in an apartment right now, and I just have a small little garden outside. I'll insert some clips right here. Right here I have some seeds starting. I'm starting some flowers for the springtime. I'm also growing 2 varieties of lettuce. This is a leaf lettuce, and then I also have a butter lettuce. Next to the butter lettuce, I have kale. Lettuces and kales are great to grow during the winter time because they are cold hardy crops. Next I have my little baby chamomile plant. In this pot I have fennel and sage. Next are my green onions. There are some parsley in here because I accidentally spilt parsley in a big thing of soil, so now I have parsley growing in like every pot, but that's okay, I love parsley. In this pot, I have flowers called Strawberry Fields. I got these seeds like 4 years ago, and I was like, I haven't done anything with them, so I'm just gonna plop them in some soil and see what happens. And they grew really cool, and of course there's also parsley in this one too. My garden is a tiny apartment garden, but I did start everything by seed and have been able to eat from my garden, so if you would like any garden content, let me know. Gardening is just one of those things that is honestly like crochet. It's very therapeutic to me. It just makes me happy. I don't know. I love gardening. Sorry, I was looking outside. We have my garden. But yeah, I got into gardening a couple years back, and I don't know, I just like the aspect of like growing your own food and growing your own flowers, and that's honestly the biggest thing that got me into it at first was like the whole flowers, because I was like, ooh, I want fresh bouquets every day and things like that. So I got super big into gardening. I do everything for the most part by seed, and yeah, I don't know, I just think it's super fun and I love teaching my daughter how to garden and stuff. For some reason, my oven smells like it's burning. It's definitely not. I just put my chicken bake in like 5 minutes ago, so give me a second. Look at that gorgeous chicken bake. She's perfect. I can't wait to eat this, but I need it to cool down, so we'll get back to the tutorial in a second. So as I was saying before my chicken bake politely interrupted me, is that I live in an apartment, so I can't really do exactly what I want with my garden. So soon I am going to be house searching and trying to find a property where I can have a giant garden. So videos might be coming of that real soon, once I start that process, but I'm very big into gardening, so I want a big space to garden with. We are getting to the end of our rows, so we are gonna go ahead and move on to the next step. And I'm gonna scoot you guys back in closer again, just so you can see what we're doing. Alright, so I'm just gonna double check that I have 24 rows. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 2, 4. So I have 24 rows, so we are all set. So now what we're gonna do is slip stitch. So this is the right way of the crochet. So the right way is always gonna have the tail on the left hand side. So we're gonna go ahead and fold these together because we want the right side on the inside, and we're gonna go ahead and slip stitch this close, picking up the back loop and the front loop of the yarn. So I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do that. So we're just gonna go ahead and pick up that back loop in the first one and pick up the front loop in the second. Like that, and we're just gonna slip stitch. And we're gonna continue to do that all the way down. The reason we're doing it with the right side on the inside is because when we flip it inside out at the end, it'll leave it with a super clean finish and you won't even know where you seamed it up. This is also another reason why we go through the back loop of the front one and the front loop of the back one to give it a cleaner finish at the end. Just don't forget to flip it inside out once you're completely done. After you do that, you're gonna go ahead and chain one, cut your yarn, and weave in your ends, and you're all done. So it's been a couple days since I filmed the video, but thank you for watching. I'm just hanging outside with my plants right now, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye!